When we say Yahoo Reader, I'm sure some pretty bizarre images come to mind. You can rest easy. Yahoo Reader isn't the latest educational fad or a new video game, but some Dallas entrepreneurs answer to the National Lampoon. John Tanner has more.
Chez Peebles on Carl Lafong Lane. Huh. Now there's a name. Hey, what's that noise?
The weekly meeting of the Wahoo Reader is now in session. Wahoo!
Oh yeah, there's a story here. Meet Robert the Pun Peebles, publisher of the Wahoo Reader, a bi-weekly humor quarterly published annually on a monthly basis. Now, I didn't make that up. It's right here. And I didn't make this guy up either.
How did the Wahoo get started?
How did it get started? It just kind of comes right off the press like any other newspaper.
Actually, this isn't like any other newspaper. This paper specializes in articles similar to National Lampoon and Mad Magazine. Everything is fair game. The Wahoo Reader is only a few months old, and it gives readers a chance to laugh at themselves in local events. A syndicated column by Hunter S. Thompson headlines the group of some of the writers with the paper. A person might ask himself, why does someone write for this type of publication?
After my pornography conviction, it was my only possibility to make positive contributions to society through the medium of journalism.
Well, I have a staph infection, so they told me I could be a staff writer.
Well, I was recently offered the job of writing obituaries for the Watchtower, and I turned that job down in the hopes that this would prove to be a little better for me in the long term.
Well, I realized the book of Job was already finished, so I didn't have much choice.
After being awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature earlier this year, it was the only natural progression upwards.
So there you have it. And believe me, these things are going fast. They're free. And the message of this publication?
And we also want to tell people, especially in the Metroplex, that to lighten up a little bit.
And where do you find the Wahoo Reader? You figure that out.
Well, that's our show for this time. Thanks for joining us.
And be sure to tune in for our first show of 1991 when we'll bring you a preview of Edward Scissorhands and a look at the jazz scene at the Landing Restaurant.
We'll leave you now with a look at Carol Lawrence and the Irving Symphony in performance during the Gala Arts Complex opening. The performance in its entirety can be seen on ICTN on Thursday, December 27th at 8:30 p.m. and on New Year's Day at 9 p.m., so you'll have a couple of times to catch it. For About Town, I'm Kathy Whiteman.
And I'm Sherry Daniel. Have a safe and happy New Year.